The basketball world woke up to a thunderous shockwave that nobody saw coming, and it is safe to say that fans from coast to coast are still trying to process what just happened. Kevin Durant, the superstar forward who has been at the center of so many NBA storylines over the last decade, has agreed to a stunning 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. This is not just another high-profile signing. This is the type of move that reshapes the very balance of power across the league. When you think of Durant, you think of one of the most gifted scorers in the history of the game, a player capable of changing the trajectory of any team he joins, and now, to imagine him wearing the purple and gold is something that still feels like a wild dream. The Lakers, an organization synonymous with championships, drama, and larger-than-life narratives, have pulled off yet another bold stroke that guarantees endless headlines. This was the kind of story that nobody predicted, the kind of twist that turns casual fans into obsessed followers overnight, and the type of decision that ensures every arena he visits will be sold out, buzzing with anticipation, and filled with emotions ranging from joy to absolute fury. What makes this decision even more astonishing is not just the fact that Durant chose the Lakers, but the timing of it all, and the way in which he seemed to carefully craft this moment. For weeks, insiders and analysts speculated about his future, weighing options like staying loyal to his current franchise, testing the waters with a rebuilding contender, or even looking overseas for a legacy-defining chapter. But the Lakers? That felt like an impossible dream, a move that seemed too bold, too dramatic, almost too Hollywood, even for a league that thrives on theatrics. And yet, here we are, with Durant signing his name on a 4-year commitment that places him alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, forming a trio that reads like something straight out of fantasy draft. What we are witnessing is the creation of another super team, a storyline that reignites memories of the Lakers' historic eras when giants of the game came together in pursuit of banners. The shock isn't only about basketball. It's about the cultural explosion this move creates, uniting entertainment, celebrity, and athletic greatness under the bright lights of Los Angeles, where every game feels like a movie premiere and every victory feels like history being written. The questions swirling now are endless, and each one feels more fascinating than the last. How does this affect the rest of the league, particularly teams like the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, and the Brooklyn Nets, all franchises forever tied to Durant's legacy? How will LeBron, at this stage of his career, adjust his role to make space for Durant's dominance on the floor? Will Anthony Davis thrive with the additional superstar support? Or will he struggle to find his rhythm in an offense that suddenly has too many mouths to feed? Beyond the tactical and strategic curiosities, there's the psychological element, the aura of intimidation that now surrounds the Lakers every time they step on the floor. Opponents will not only be facing individual brilliance, but the weight of collective greatness that demands attention on every possession. The Lakers brand has always been about spectacle, but this move elevates them into a different stratosphere, one where every game is a must-watch event and every storyline takes on a life of its own. Durant hasn't just joined a team. He has ignited a firestorm of intrigue, debate, and speculation that will dominate sports conversations for months to come. Durant's decision also sends a very clear message to the NBA world about where he stands and what he values at this stage of his career. After years of chasing titles, battling criticism for joining strong teams, and dealing with injuries that threatened to derail his journey, Durant seems to have made a choice that is equal parts competitive and narrative-driven. Los Angeles isn't just any city. It is the epicenter of global sports and entertainment, a stage where stars shine brighter than anywhere else. By aligning himself with the Lakers, Durant is not simply seeking wins. He is embedding himself into a legacy that transcends basketball. He is stepping into the lineage of Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James, names that are carved into the very DNA of the league. This contract is more than just numbers and years. It is a statement of intent, a declaration that Durant is ready to not only chase rings, but to build something iconic, something that cements him as one of the true greats in both impact and influence. For fans, this isn't just about basketball. It's about witnessing history unfold in real time. Of course, this move also has massive implications off the court, where the Lakers' influence stretches far beyond the hardwood. Ticket sales are set to skyrocket, television ratings will soar, merchandise will fly off the shelves, and the global NBA audience will tune in with renewed obsession. Durant's brand, already one of the most powerful in sports, gets an additional boost simply by attaching itself to the Laker mystique. Imagine the sponsorships, the crossover into film and media, the way this move cements him as more than just a player, but as a cultural phenomenon. For Los Angeles, this is about economics as much as it is about basketball. The city thrives on buzz, and no buzz is bigger than Durant teaming up with LeBron in pursuit of more championships. Critics may scoff at the notion of super teams, but the reality is that the NBA thrives when its biggest markets are buzzing, and nothing buzzes louder than the Lakers making headlines that echo across the globe. It is theater, it is sport, and it is a business empire all rolled into one. Yet with all the hype and excitement, there is also a brewing storm of skepticism, and that is what makes this story so compelling. Will Durant's body hold up through another 4 grueling seasons, considering the injuries that have already forced him to miss key stretches in recent years? Will egos clash under the bright spotlight of Hollywood, where every slip-up is magnified and every disagreement turns into a viral headline? Can the Lakers actually mold this superstar trio into a cohesive unit that plays unselfishly, or will they crumble under the pressure of impossible expectations? These doubts are not unfounded, because history is filled with great collections of talent that never quite managed to transform potential into championships. The Lakers are betting big, perhaps bigger than ever before, and Durant is betting on himself once again, willing to shoulder the burden of scrutiny in exchange for the chance at greatness. Whether this move ends in triumph or disappointment, one thing is certain. The NBA landscape has changed forever, and everyone, from fans to analysts to rival players, is strapped in, ready to witness the drama unfold. As the dust begins to settle from the initial shock, the conversations across social media, sports networks, and fan forums are reaching fever pitch, and nobody seems able to stop talking about Durant's bold move. The Lakers have always been a franchise that thrives on narrative, from the Showtime era to the Kobe and Shaq dominance. And now Durant's arrival adds an entirely new chapter to that storied history. Fans are dissecting every potential lineup, debating how rotations will work, and imagining the ways in which Durant's signature versatility and scoring ability could shift the dynamics of the Western Conference. Analysts are drawing comparisons to past super teams, weighing the pros and cons, and speculating whether the chemistry will click immediately or take time to develop. The rumor mill is overflowing with whispers of side deals, potential trades to balance the roster, and even coaching adjustments to maximize Durant's unique skill set. Every arena, from Portland to Phoenix, will feel the tremors of this signing, as players on opposing teams now prepare to face a forward capable of scoring from anywhere on the court, while drawing double teams that open opportunities for LeBron and Davis. The narrative alone is intoxicating, as fans imagine what a fully healthy Durant in a Lakers uniform could accomplish against every other contender, turning regular games into must-watch spectacles that dominate headlines and social feeds alike. Speculation is running wild about Durant's mindset, and insiders suggest this wasn't just a business decision, but a deeply personal one, shaped by ambition, legacy, and perhaps the desire for one final stage to define him as more than just a scorer. Durant has always been measured, strategic, and careful about his public image, and his choice to join the Lakers hints at a man who is thinking beyond titles, numbers, or MVPs. The Hollywood backdrop, the legacy of Lakers icons, and the chance to pair with LeBron in the twilight of the King's career seem to have created the perfect storm for Durant to elevate his story. Conversations in locker rooms, podcasts, and living rooms across the country focus not only on basketball tactics, but also on Durant's persona. Will this be a redemption narrative, a final championship push, or the creation of a dynasty so powerful that it reshapes the league's competitive balance for years? As fans dissect every nuance, from Durant's social media hints to subtle interviews, The sense of anticipation borders on hysteria, proving that this move has achieved what few could, making a single free agent signing feel like a seismic cultural event rather than just a sports transaction. The Lakers' internal dynamics are now the subject of intense rumor scrutiny, with questions about how LeBron James will adapt his leadership style to accommodate Durant's presence dominating conversations. LeBron has always been the fulcrum of his teams, dictating pace, shot selection, and even rotations, but Durant is not a typical secondary star. He demands attention, and rightly so. Anthony Davis, too, finds himself in an unusual position. Pairing with two of the league's most dominant talents means sacrifices, adjustments, and potentially redefining his own role. Rumors suggest that coaching strategies are being reimagined entirely to balance three high-usage stars without losing offensive rhythm or defensive discipline. Every play, every substitution, and every matchup becomes a chess game of almost mythic proportions. Critics warn that personality clashes could surface as individual accolades and expectations intersect in a high-pressure environment where failure will be magnified by the relentless Los Angeles spotlight. Yet supporters argue that these three players, given their professionalism and experience, could achieve a synergy that past super teams only dreamed of, blending scoring, defense, and leadership in ways that might rewrite what it means to dominate the NBA for a sustained period. The intrigue lies in the unknown, the tantalizing what-if scenarios that fuel fan obsession endlessly. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, off the court, the Lakers are already reaping the whirlwind of publicity that Durant's decision has generated. Social media engagement has exploded, merchandise pre-orders have reportedly reached historic highs, and ticket demand has surged to unprecedented levels, signaling that the franchise's brand power has entered a new stratosphere. This is more than basketball. It is a cultural event that stretches from Los Angeles to the international stage, turning the Lakers into a global spectacle that transcends sport. Sponsors, partners, and media outlets are rushing to capitalize on the momentum, ensuring that every angle of Durant's arrival is monetized and celebrated. Analysts predict that television ratings for Lakers games next season could reach historic peaks, fueled by viewers eager to see the chemistry between three superstars in real time. Rumors suggest that Durant's presence may even influence Hollywood collaborations, endorsements, and cross-industry opportunities, reinforcing the notion that athletes today are not merely players, but multifaceted brands whose influence can rival that of pop culture icons. In this sense, Durant joining the Lakers becomes an event that impacts far more than standings or playoff matchups. It becomes a story that defines the zeitgeist of professional basketball, media, and celebrity culture simultaneously. The ripple effects on the NBA landscape are impossible to ignore, as every rival team now recalibrates strategies, rosters, and priorities to contend with a Lakers team of near-unmatched firepower. The Western Conference, already a gauntlet of talent, now faces a juggernaut that promises to challenge every contender's expectations. Rumors are circulating of potential trades, scouting adjustments, and front office maneuvers designed to counterbalance the Lakers' newfound strength. Every coach and general manager is undoubtedly analyzing film, devising defensive schemes, and evaluating whether incremental improvements can level the playing field against Durant, LeBron, and Davis. Meanwhile, the media narrative is saturated with speculation about championship odds, MVP considerations, and the psychological impact of a Lakers team that is instantly considered a favorite in almost every discussion. Fans, too, are swept up in this frenzy, sharing theories, predictions, and dream scenarios on every platform, amplifying the intensity and making each game feel like a pivotal chapter in a saga that began long before the tip-off. The Lakers' move is not merely transactional. It is a seismic event whose consequences will resonate throughout the league for seasons to come, redefining competitive balance, fan expectations, and the very nature of NBA storytelling. Finally, amid the swirl of excitement, analysis, and skepticism, there is a unifying thread that keeps this story endlessly compelling. the sheer unpredictability of it all. Durant signing is not just about a player joining a team. It is about the confluence of talent, ambition, culture, and timing, converging in a way that makes the ordinary extraordinary. Rumors will persist about what happens next. Debates will rage about how chemistry will develop, and social media will churn with endless speculation about injuries, performances, and milestones. Yet through all the noise, one truth stands out. The NBA has been gifted a narrative that will dominate headlines, spark heated discussions, and inspire awe for years. For the Lakers, Durant's arrival is a gamble with astronomical stakes, a move that could either solidify a dynasty or become a cautionary tale of ambition meeting unpredictability. Regardless, fans, analysts, and players alike will watch, enthralled, as this story unfolds in real time, knowing that few moments in sports history carry the electric charge, suspense, and cultural significance of Kevin Durant signing a 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.